You take it with a grain of salt. I don't believe that. A little bit. Be careful.
Yes, sir. It's powerful, Bishop. I was at the mall a few days ago, and I saw something that was very interesting. I saw this Asian lady had this black style like clothing store, right? You see Malcolm X t-shirts, you see all of this, and she has an actual store. I walk in and I notice that she speaks to none of the black people, but she's selling black style clothing, all of these things, and very disrespectful, all of that. That same day, this Asian lady cuts this black woman in line. And I'm like, wow, all of these other cultures feed off of our people. We still give them our money, whether that's Chinese food, all these things. Why does every other culture in this world, on this planet, feed off of us? Why did they choose us to always leech off of, whether that's in sports, entertainment, whole nine?
Easy pickings. Black people spend, was it 3 trillion? Might be more than
9
that.
trillion.
9 trillion.
Yeah.
9 trillion. Trillion.
Oh, 3 trillion. Excuse me, Bishop. 3 trillion, but we will be ranked as the 9th richest country in the world.
Okay.
That's what it is.
3 trillion, but we're ranked 9th of all, if we were a nation.
Right.
In terms of spending. When you read Deuteronomy 28:43, one of the curses that God said would come upon us for breaking his commandments is exactly what you're talking about. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee.
That's the other nations.
Shall get up above thee very high.
If you ever notice, Chinese don't have to worry, especially if they're new Chinese to the country. They have a different bracket than the ones born here. The ones that come from China or different places, they are given grants to succeed. They're given grants to learn the language in the Black and Latino communities, to do business amongst Blacks and Latinos. Like, same story that you just gave. I was on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn, New York. Me and my wife just got off the bus. This is a long time ago. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. Anyway, I said, hey, I want some Chinese food. I want some chicken and fries. Going to the store, and it's kind of crowded. So with me and my wife was talking about something, blah, 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 blah. And I hear, how can I help you, baby? What you want? You want some fried chicken? How about some collard greens? I turn around, and it's a Chinese lady. I'm like, what the hell? I thought it was a Black woman asking me that. And I said, how you learn to talk with that Southern drawl? She said, they teach us that when we come to the country. So I was like, what the hell is going on? And that was when I was real. I was like 19, 18. But it always stuck with me. I've gone to Spanish communities, Chinese store. They speak perfect Spanish. I'm like, what the hell is this? So read that again. I'm sorry, interrupted.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Now, I challenge any Black man, Black woman. Go open a Black business in Chinatown. See if you can do it. You can't. Go to Little Italy and try to open a Black business at Little Italy. Little Italy. You can't do it. Even in the East Indian communities, like in Flushing, Queens, New York, you can't do it. Go ahead.
He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. Mm-hmm. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
So that's prophecy right there. That is prophecy. That's the dogs around Lazarus. Remember, so the dogs would lick Lazarus' wounds. Yeah. That's the nations coming, taking from us. Lazarus was already jacked up. Oh, he got boils and sores on him. Talk about Luke. The book of Luke talks about that parable. And it said dogs came, licked his wound, licked his sores. They would take. They don't care if you're on welfare. In fact, the new thing, I forgot what this new company is, where they lend Black people money.
Yeah, seeing that.
And a lot of Black people in Atlanta have not paid these companies back. So what the companies, not only are they putting it on your credit report, but they're suing you now. They said, we're taking you to court and we're going to take everything you got. And it's like, wow, you can't make this stuff up. But these are what the nations, you think it's a blessing. It's like a Trojan horse. You say, oh, this is a good gift. But your enemies is on the inside of that Trojan horse waiting for you to go to sleep so they can kill you. So likewise, they come and say, we're going to give you money at a low, very low interest rate, knowing that certain Black people, a certain demographic of Blacks, is not going to pay them back. Wow. I said, okay. And they know that already. It's a plot. It's a plan. So all I can do is warn people. Nobody listens. But the ones that do listen, power to the people.
Indeed, Bishop. Hearing that, right? Asian person with that southern drawl, I thought about sinners instantly because as we saw in a black town, Clarksdale, Mississippi, all black folks, but then we see this Asian couple. She's servicing the white-owned side, white-only side, and then the husband, he's with all the black people, right? And then as well, later on in the film, she's the first one that actually breaks and allows all the vampires to come in. But how did you feel from seeing the film Sinners, if you have, Bishop?
I saw the film Sinners, and I really liked it. I enjoyed it because it showed you that Christians, Democrats, white people, I'm talking about white people, they have this thing amongst them. Remember what the vampire says when he walks to the house? I mean, not the house, the club.
Yeah.
He says, we just want to play music. It's all about love and unity.
Hey, that's the Trojan horse you were just talking about.
That's the Trojan horse. And that's what Christians do. That's what Democrats do, these liberals. It's all about unity. It's all about
one
love.
people.
One people. Yeah. Give me that in 1 Maccabees 1. I'm going to show you that in the Bible. It's in the Bible. 1 Maccabees 1, I think it's 41 years.
Yes, sir. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 41. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom.
King Antiochus or King Antiochus was a Greek king. Go ahead.
That all should be one people.
That all should be one people.
And everyone should leave his laws.
Leave the laws of your country.
So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king.
So all the other nations agreed, but watch this.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion.
See that? Many of our people, the Israelites, consented to his religion. You had the black man, what was his name? Cupcake? The big
cornbread.
Yeah,
you're right. Cupcake. Nah, but look, I got what you saying. Cornbread, yeah.
Cornbread said, invite me in.
We's one people.
We's one people. This is all about love and unity. And that's when you see black Christians, black Democrats, they say the same thing. So when the brother put it, Ryan Coogler,
yes, sir,
put it in the film, I sat there actually in admiration. Yeah. I said, look at this. We've been preaching about this on the street. Now it's in a movie. I don't know how many people picked up on it, but, and how the music, they said music draws the savage beast. That's an expression. Whatever sin dominates your life will draw you in. That's why in clubs, it plays upon the sins of adultery, fornication, sexual sins, drunkenness, and then violence is number 4. Those 4 sins are in the clubs. Then black women, I don't know why I got shot. You got shot because you were shaking your BBL in the club and 2 different men want to have sex with you and they got into a fight. You drunk, they drunk, now you're shot and they dead and he's in jail. This is what happens. I can remember back in the days, house parties were so much fun. We had Kool-Aid. That's what we had, Kool-Aid. We didn't have no liquor. Kool-Aid and good music. It was fun. Yeah, it still was kind of raunchy, but it's better than what's going on now. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Oh, you could, Bishop. This was a phenomenal conversation. Very last question for you. How do we as a people stay steadfast during this time of so much turmoil that's going on around us? How do we still stay in the book amongst our people and building up our communities as well right now?
Oh, pray. Isaiah 33:6, I believe it is. If I'm not mistaken, your wisdom and knowledge.
Stability of our time.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
In order for black men and black women to be stable-minded, stable in soul and spirit, read it again.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Our people think they're stable, but they've not come into the truth yet. So they're still not walking in it. Okay, so they think, no, I'm good. But you just came from the mosque worshiping Allah. You're not stable, brother. You're worshiping the Arab man's God. Or next brother, he just came from church. Brother, you just finished worshiping the white man. I'm stable. I'm good. Read it again, Cat.
And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The only thing that can keep our family, because family is very important. Without a strong family, you do not have a strong nation. You do not have a strong society. So it must start, every black man, find a good black woman, build a strong black family. Family. If you don't do that, all these individuals, everybody's sleeping with everybody. I was just watching last night. I like this movie. I'm not a fan of Tyler Perry, but I saw the movie Temptation for like the 15th time. Yeah. But I like it. And I tell all the young men in the congregation here in Atlanta, 2 weeks ago I was telling them, I said, I want you to look at that movie Temptation and Pursuit of Happiness and write down what you see and who you identify with in these films. And to the young ladies, I told my wife to tell the young sisters the same thing. All these women in these films, which ones do they identify with? I said, that will tell you where you are, if you're stable or not, because you see a lot of nuances, a lot of inaccuracies, family all in your business. Like she was unsatisfied with her good husband. Yeah. She saw this guy he made 6 figures. Didn't he make 6 figures? Mm-hmm. Women go, I want a man with 6 figures.
Private jet.
Yeah. Listen, I got to say this. If you want a man who makes 6 figures, he's 6 feet tall, and he got a 6-pack. You know what comes with that? 6 fetishes, 6 vices, meaning he's not going to hold you down as his one only woman. Why only you? His fetish, his vices is multiple women at one time. Or his vice might be a P. Diddy vice. I want to see this dude over here have sex with you. That's my vice. That's what I like. Now, are you going to turn down the 6 figures? Give me that 1 Timothy. I got to show you. Because our women, I've heard it all the time. He got to make 6. And where did they get that from? TV? The internet? Give me that. 1 Timothy 6 and 9, I think it is.
Yes, sir. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare.
When you become rich, you fall into temptations and a snare. Regular sex becomes boring. Why? Because all your rich friends is doing this. They're jet setting here, flying this one in, flying that one there. Go ahead.
And into many foolish and hurtful lusts.
You got baby oil everywhere. You slipping and sliding. R. Kelly is urinating on women. Little girls. He said, I don't want no grown woman. Why get an old hoe when I can get a 13-year-old virgin? Why get an old woman whose vaginal cavity is open this big when I could get a 14, 15, 16-year-old little girl who's never been touched and I could pee on her too at the same time? That's R. Kelly. It's not me. There's somebody who'll clip that and go, listen, that's R. Kelly. He has he makes more than 6 figures. What comes with that? A 6-figure fetish. Andrew Tate and the Tate brothers, same way. Who else you got out there? Who else you got?
I don't want to say it, but man, Shannon Sharp being 60. Yeah, go. She's 19.
There you go. Yeah. That right there. And not only did Cat Williams warn him, Monique warned Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, you're right.
The prophets, we on the street saying, hey, don't do A, B, and C. Give me that Colossians 3 and 5. Everybody got a particular sexual thing that they like, but this is what God says in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 5.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. Mortify.
The word mortify means put to death, deaden. What does God want us to deaden in ourselves? Read it again.
Mortify, therefore, your members, which are upon the earth.
What are our members upon the earth that we must deaden?
Fornication.
We have thoughts of fornication. God says, kill that. Go ahead.
Uncleanness.
We have unclean thoughts of perversion. God says, kill that. Dead that spirit. Go ahead.
Inordinate affection.
Inordinate affection. For children, for a woman's booty hole in and out. Just stop. God says, deaden that you got in you. Go ahead.
Evil concupiscence.
Evil sexual desires. I want, what do they call it? A DP. Double penetration. 2 men, 1 woman. Or 2 women, 1 man. Go ahead.
And covetousness, which is idolatry.
And God says covetousness, because that is the root of I want. Covetousness means I want what God says not to have. I want this type of sex. I want that type of sex and that type. right there. That's what we want. You know, like I always tell the young men, they come into this truth and they struggle with porn. And they ask, why do I have problems? Because we'll have, in Atlanta alone, how many virgins just graduated? The 5 sisters are virgins. They're in their late teens, early 20s now. Virgin, never been touched. We tell them, men, these are the type of women you want. These are the types right here. And there's a lot of single sisters. We say these women here, this whole group right here, no children. These are the types you want. But because of pornography, messing with their mental, they like one brother says, oh, I was talking to this sister. I don't want to talk to her no more. I said, let me see her. What does she look like? Is she ugly? Is she busted? What's wrong? So I look at her. I said, she's a nice looking sister. I said, do you watch porn? He says, yeah. I said, well, who do you watch on porn? He said, Pinky. Now I haven't watched porn in a while. I said, who is Pinky? I said, show me a picture. He shows me the picture. High yellow girl, the big weave and all that, the nails, the beat. She got fake breasts and fake butt. I said, that's why you'll turn down a normal woman, a good, decent girl, virgin, for that. Now you messed up. There's nobody called Pinky that's going to come in here. I said, you know, when you got fake breasts, you can't breastfeed. That's done. So you got to give the baby Infamil and all that other unclean stuff. I said, brother, your mind is messed up. You don't talk to no sister till you get your mind clean.